everybody, I'm Cassandra from Craft to Believe After, and welcome to another video. Now friends, today I've got a few very cute projects to share with you, and I know I say this every single week, but let's just jump straight into, well, the first couple of projects are going to be from the various cals or crochet alongs that I'm participating in. I know many of you are participating in these as well. And I enjoy seeing what everyone does, what everyone submits, what everyone makes, color choices, yarn choices. I love it. I think this is why I enjoy being part of crochet alongs and make alongs so much. It's just, you know, bouncing ideas off each other, getting inspiration, seeing what other people does, like borrowing some of their ideas. I love it. Now, the first project that I'm going to show you is from A Year of Granny Squares cal, hosted by my friend Jenny from the channel In My Spare Time Crochet. I have been extremely surprised at how many people have joined in. I love it. So I look forward to Jenny's video every week, seeing all of the different squares that people have been submitting to her. It's fantastic that so many people have joined her cal. I love being a part of it. I'm not usually a granny square person. I like making granny squares, but I don't do it often. For those of you who are new, and of course for those of you who've been with me for many I want to say years, it's only been like 2.5 years, but you would know I am an amigurumi maker. I very rarely veer off the amigurumi path. So here and there, joining a crochet along that's something different is very relaxing for me. And the book that we're using, A Year of Granny Squares, joining in with the cal, I've really enjoyed it. Now this week's project, I think we are now on project number 5, was this one. Now I cannot recall what the name of this square is. It's some other filigree, I don't know how you say it. But this square, it was, compared to the others we've done so far, this one has been really easy for me. It went by really quickly, although I do love the look of the more 3D squares. Last week's one that we did, the Aqualesia, although it was a bit more tricky, I really loved that square. Even the square before, we had another flower some other time, First Bloom I think it was called, I think it was the second week. I really enjoy those squares a lot. I like the look of them, I like the different colors. So just doing something quick and relaxing was a lot of fun as well. Now for my squares, I use Hobby Rainbow Cotton or Friends Rainbow Cotton 8/4, which is a fingering weight or a yarn weight 1 with a 2.5mm hook. So my squares are fairly small, but this is how I like them. I'm not planning to do a blanket or anything massive like that. I've got a few home type projects in mind that I will get to later in the year or even beginning of next year, depending how many squares I'm going to need for the specific project I've got in mind. But for now, I'm just enjoying making one square a week, joining in with Jenny's cal and seeing what everyone else is doing. So I'm going to drop Jenny's channel link down below in my description box. Please head over there. As I say, we've only done like 5 squares out of 52. I'm guessing if it's called A Year of Granny Squares, there's 52 squares in it. So we're right in the beginning, so anyone can still join in. So hop over to Jenny's channel and see what A Year of Granny Squares cal is all about. All right, on to the next cal, and this is the one that I'm hosting, which is the hashtag Amigurumi World Tour 2024. Many of you have joined in. Our journal is something, I think at this stage, like almost 50 pages. I upload a PDF document onto my blog. Again, the link will be in the description box below. So I include every day, whenever I receive photos, I include it in the journal, and then every 2 or 3 days I upload the newest version of the journal onto my blog. So it's constantly being updated so that you can see your projects in it as well as the projects that everyone else is doing. Now our books are moving extremely fast. I think within this week we've had 3 different projects, and I'm a little behind at this point, to be honest. I still need to do the succulent planter. Recently we had this guy that was chosen, a cactus. We had strawberries from the week before. We had, I think, an onion. Now this guy I still have to do. So we've got this onion project, and then we had berries, and then I think the very, very most recent project was the octopus. Now either this or the onion, I can't exactly recall, but I know the onion and the octopus, they were the two, I think, most recent projects. So we are working from this book, as you all know, Whimsical Stitches. I sent 2 physical copies of the book into the world. One is in the United States, one is traveling all around the world. It sort of left the mainland Europe. It's now on to the UK, which is still part of Europe, but you know, sort of a little island on their own. It's in the UK now, traveling fairly fast there because we've got a few people within the UK. From the UK, it'll go to Canada. There's also a few people that's joining in, and then we're heading off to the southern hemisphere, New Zealand and Australia, before it comes back to me. So the book, as I say, it's moving very quickly. I'm surprised every time I open my emails and someone says, "Oh, I've received the book, can you let me know who the next person is?" And I'm like, what? I'm falling behind by the day. So you guys are wonderful. I mean, you've taken this Cal to heart. I mean, the people who have asked, who's sending the book along, you know, originally when I chatted to you all, I said, please don't sit on the book. And you guys really are not sitting on this book. You are sending it out as soon as you get it. Because many of us are sitting and waiting for the projects to be announced. So it's fun. A lot of people do all the projects. I mean, even if you just want to do one of the projects, that is perfect. I will put your photo in our Hello From pages so that everyone can see where in the world you are joining us from. Now, the projects I did this week, I did do 2 projects, even though I'm still 3 behind, so hopefully I can catch up on them sometime soon. But the one project was this small little strawberry. Now for the strawberry, it's actually the berries pattern. So you can do both the strawberry and the blueberry. You can do just one, you can do just the other one. It doesn't matter. But the strawberries or the berries, they are one of the projects that I did not split. Some of the projects in the book I had to split. So for instance, the mug and the donut, they are actually 2 separate choices for the book going around, as well as the sunflower and the daisy. They are also 2 separate patterns. But the berries, because they are so teeny tiny, I kept them as one project. So whichever you want to send, if you want to send both, if you want to send one, the berries is one of our more recent project choices. So I did this one, and I also did the octopus, this cute guy. Now, these tentacles, they were a little tedious to put on, but we were watching a movie last night. Every Saturday night we have a movie night with the kids, and each of us gets a chance to pick a movie. Last night was my son Jaden's choice, and he's very much into the Studio Ghibli or Studio Ghibli. I don't know what you call it, but it's an animated series. Actually surprisingly nice to watch. We've watched now 2 Studio Ghibli movies, which I've really enjoyed, surprisingly. Now, I love animated movies usually, so I don't have anything against animated movies. I love it, but these ones being slightly different. I don't know if they're anime style, I don't know what style they are, but they're a whole thing within a community that I'm not aware of. I don't know, but it was fun. It was called Kiki's Delivery Service. The previous one we watched, I can't even recall what the name of that one was. But last night we watched Kiki's Delivery Service, a very cute animated movie. And during the movie, now all that to say, I crocheted the little tentacles and sewed them on during the time of watching the movie. So it is a little tedious, but he is still fairly cute. Now, for the majority of my amigurumi wool tour projects. I use rainbow cotton or Friends cotton. I've got a variety of each. The 8/6, which is the sport weight or the yarn weight too, and I also use a 2.5 millimeter hook on it. So I'm catching up, not fast enough though, but I really enjoyed this little octo, and I think I will probably still do the little blueberry as well, because this strawberry took absolutely no time at all to make. It was so fast. So that is what is happening on the hashtag Amigurumi Wool Tour 2024. Keep an eye on my community tab. I post as soon as I hear about whatever pattern is being chosen next. I pop it onto my community tab. Of course, I always announce it on a Sunday during my regular videos, but for those of us anxiously waiting for the next project to be announced, it will be on my community tab throughout the week as well, as I hear what the projects are. So there you go. Whimsical Stitches by Lauren Espy. This is the book that we are using. And in the end, together I think with the Granny Squares book, these will be the only two books that I will probably have made all the projects from. I have never made this many projects from a single book before, ever. I've got dozens of amigurumi books, which I just don't use them for whatever reason. There's always something else or something different or a new pattern on Etsy. But I've been enjoying working from the same book. It's really nice to sort of use the things that we have invested money into. So I've been loving this gal, and you guys have just been enjoying it along with me. So thank you for all of you joining in. Thank you for everyone cheering us on. It's been so much fun so far. The last crochet along, sort of, I don't have a project for it, but it is the Hooking Up with Books, the book club that I'm doing with my very good friend Caroline over at For the Love of Crochet. We have been reading or watching the book, or the book that we've been reading, the book club book, is All the Light We Cannot See. There's also a fantastic mini-series on Netflix. That is the one that I watched. I do have the audiobook as well, not through it yet. But our deadline for the Hooking Up with Books projects will be the 15th of September. So I have received a few projects already so far from a few of you guys. Wonderful projects. I have decided what I want to make, so I'll probably work on that within the next week. It's been a wonderful story to work from or to get inspiration from. It's a very, even though it's sort of a, it is a World War II story, or set in, well, I think it's World War II, but it's still very uplifting in the end. So if you haven't watched the Netflix series, or if you want to watch the book, there's still enough time to join in with Hooking Up with Books. So please email your projects to me sort of a few days before the 15th. I still need to edit them into my reveal video, which will be out on the 15th of September. All right, friends, now the most exciting thing that I've been looking forward to sharing with you this week. As you know, for months, I don't know how long, it feels like it's been this entire year so far, I have had pattern indecision. So I am so overwhelmed by the amount of books and patterns that I've got that I just cannot decide what to make. And I think this is, as I've mentioned before, the reason I participate in so many crochet alongs, because the choices are already made for me. I don't have to think about it. I take the book, I make the project. That's it. No thinking, no stressing, no deciding on what to do. So my pattern indecision has gone on for months. Now, every time I hit a really bad patch of pattern indecision, I end up designing a pattern, because I just feel that I really want to crochet. I cannot decide. So let's just make something up. So I've had a really good year for designing patterns. And I've worked on another pattern this week. Actually, it's 3 patterns, but I will show you what they are now. Now, how this came about, I have purchased the Crochet Society Halloween calendar. It's not a calendar, what do you call it? Like a kit. I think they call it the Halloween crochet kit. I love the Confection DK yarn that's usually in the Crochet Society kits. I love it. I love working with it. You cannot purchase it outside of getting the Crochet Society boxes, which is probably the only reason I still on occasion get those boxes. I'm not really subscribed to Crochet Society anymore, but every time I see something like this Halloween kit or one of the boxes that had the Confection DK in it, I will purchase that box. So I did end up purchasing the Halloween kit from the Crochet Society, but I'm not planning to do any of the projects from that kit. I almost never make the projects from the Crochet Society boxes, I'm sad to say. I just love the yarn and I use them for all different projects. But this time I thought I want to make a type of a Halloween pattern based on the colors that we will find within that box. So I know a lot of people have been buying that box. I know a lot of you guys are buying that box. But I wanted to be able to have a pattern to use the colors from that box on. And I wanted it to be a Halloween type pattern. Now, I do not celebrate Halloween at all. We don't celebrate it in South Africa. It's not really big in Denmark. So it's not a holiday period that I'm really involved in. I like seeing all the projects that come along, but I will not go out and make a million Halloween patterns. I'm not into scary. I'm not into gore. I just like cute amigurumi. But I decided I wanted to make something that would fit the theme of that box. Now, the one thing I've never designed before, I am the amigurumi bear queen. This is what I do. I love making amigurumi bears. And if you've been with me for any amount of time, you will know this. But I thought, let's jump just ever so slightly outside of that box that I'm keeping myself in and try and design something else. And what else would I design for Halloween than a cat? So I'm going to show you my cat that I've designed based on the colors that we will be finding in that Crochet Society box. It is this cute girl. Now, she does not actually have a name yet. So if any of you want to pop some suggestions for names down in the description box below, please do. She's got a cute little tail. Now, you guys, please do not hate me if you ever purchase this pattern, but this tail is a tube of 6 single crochets in a magic ring, and then you work 20 rows of it. I'm sorry, I know, I could hardly believe. When I saw myself writing those directions, I was like, Cassandra, are you mad? Because I hate doing 6 single crochets in a magic ring and working it into a tube. I hate doing it, but there was no other way in which I could get this cute of a tail onto my cat. So unfortunately, this is a little mini tube. So please feel free to secretly swear at me when you make this pattern, because I was secretly swearing at myself. I cannot imagine why I would do this to myself or to anyone else, but there you have it. Our little 6 single crochet tube. Apart from that, this is a very easy pattern. So just look at the cute little eyes. I've really, and you guys know I love embroidery eyes. I do the embroidered eyes on everything these days, but I started trying to add color into the embroidery. So the basic way of doing the eyes are sort of the same. I just put a little, on this one you can see a little green before I put the white. And I don't do the white all the way as I usually do. It's just sort of at the bottom to highlight. And in this case it's very difficult because I work the cat in a dark gray just so that I would be able to see it a bit better. Although I think in the Crochet Society box the colors that we're getting will be black, but this is intended to be, or supposed to be, a black cat, but dark gray. When I worked on this pattern, just I could see it a little easier. Then she's got this cute 2-tiered skirt, very easy to do. She's got a little pumpkin headband, again super easy to do. Nothing difficult about this cute little girl at all. So hopefully I will have this pattern ready very soon. Now, when I completed this pattern, like sort of towards the beginning of the week, I'm like, okay, but Halloween is not even a holiday that I really celebrate. It's for such a short period of time in the year. My favorite time of the year is actually Christmas. That whole festive period, I love it. I love that time of year. My birthday's in December. I love everything to do with a festive period. So I thought, okay, I've done the cat now. This is out of my comfort zone. I never designed cats. I'm happy with how she turned out. I'm gonna do a Christmas version of this pattern, adapt it slightly to be a bear. I had to jump back into the box, you guys. I had to do it. For the festive period, what else would I design but a Christmas festive inspired bear? And this is her. So this is my little Christmas bear. Now it is the head, the arms, the body, the skirt, everything exactly the same as my cat, apart from the muzzle, the ears, and the little tail at the back. So in the pattern, I will actually have a modification where you can change the cat into a bear. She's wearing this super cute little shawl thingy. I don't even know what you call this thing. So I designed a little shawl because, I mean, it is winter, so she might want to be just a tad warmer. So she's got this cute little shawl, and of course she's got a festive hat on her head. So these accessories, now this one you can glue, I glued a little pom-pom at the top. You can like crochet or sew on a little bell, which I think would actually be super cute. I think if I do this one again, I'll put a little bell at the top, and you need a little button, of course, so that you can close the shawl. But the shawl and the hat will be additional accessories in the pattern. So the main pattern is the cat. Then I've got a modification to add ears, a muzzle, and a tail to turn it into this cute festive bear. And then, you know, I enjoyed making the bear so much, and I thought, well, okay, let me just go all the way and include a little Easter modification into the pattern as well. And of course, what do we do during Easter time but crochet a bajillion little bunnies? So of course, my third pattern will be this bunny. Now, if you recognize this bunny, it is because this guy that I made for the Arm Olympics is actually the pattern adaptation from this one. So I had an idea of changing the pattern into a bunny. So I tried it out with my Army Olympics bunny, saw that it worked really well, and then decided, well, this is now the third girl in our pattern pack. She's got lovely little Easter colors, cute little ears. I just popped a bow onto her head. Now, if you want, you can, of course, crochet the shawl for her as well, or you can make a headband, pumpkin headband for her if you really want to. But she's just a plain little Easter inspired bunny. So this will be another modification in the pattern pack, because again, the head, the body, the skirt, everything, arms, exactly the same as for the cat. It is just the ears and the tail that's different. So I thought, why not just fill a pattern pack with all the holidays that I enjoy. So there we go. This is my main gal. And then I've got the two. Now I cannot hold them all. And then my two little modifications that's going to be part of the pattern. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm going to be sending it out to be tested hopefully this week. I'll probably reach out to one or two more people. I need some people to test the bunny as well as the bear for me. I do have my pattern testers already doing the cat. So like I say, I'll be reaching out to a few folks to help me test the bear as well as the bunny. And I hope to get this pattern out very, very soon. In time, of course, for all your Halloween makes. No point in doing this cute Halloween cat if it comes out after Halloween. So hopefully within September, I will have this girl all ready to go. So again, let me know some names, not only for our little Halloween cat, but for the Christmas and the Easter, the Christmas bear and the Easter bunny as well. I'm not very good with names. I must be honest, my kids usually are fairly good with naming their toys, their plushies. I just, at this stage, my pattern is called the Halloween cat. I know, very, very creative. So pop some suggestions down below. All right, you guys, that is it for this week. Nothing more to say, because normally the end of the video is so difficult for me to end off. I like chatting to you all. I like showing you what I've been up to. I love reading the comments as soon as I post my video. Again, I'm very, very slow with comments, you guys. I'm really sorry, even with my emails. So don't stress if you don't hear from me within like a day or so. I do take a couple of days these days to answer emails and comments, but I read it straight away as soon as you had your comment that pops up on my phone. I love reading it, and then I try to comment throughout the week. But I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for hanging out with me every week, and I look forward to chatting to you all very soon in the next video. I hope you've all had a lovely weekend. I hope you're ready for the week ahead, and until I see you next time, you guys, stay safe and stay crafty.